I go my way, you go yours. We cross again.
Hello. Mayor of Kingstown Season 3, Episode 7, begins with a bus full of young Russian women traveling across the Canadian border into the United States. After successfully passing through, Maria, one of the passengers, asks for her phone and passport, only to have them denied. The following morning they arrive in Kingstown. However, when they drive across the bridge into the city, they are halted by construction workers. Suddenly, a forklift truck hits the van from the side, flipping it off the bridge and into the river below. As the women trapped inside scream, the van sinks. With Kingstown becoming increasingly deadly and more innocent people in peril, here's what happens in Mayor of Kingstown Season 3, Episode 7. Maria was here. Kyle does not grasp Mike's plan. Mike drinks at a pub early in the morning, while the KPD SWAT unit raids a Colombian drug lab and kills 3 dealers. Kyle calls his brother to let him know they have finished the mission. Kyle cautions Mike that if Bunny finds out he has reached his supply, all hell will break loose. Mike claims Bunny will adjust. Kyle reveals he's perplexed about Mike's loyalty, as he's now helping the Aryan Brotherhood after previously assisting Bunny. Kyle worries that Mike is losing control. However, Mike claims that is the only way to keep Kingstown balanced. Later, Evelyn encounters Kyle. When she discovers he is now working with SWAT and Robert, she cannot hide her disgust. She warns Kyle to keep his distance from Robert, since everyone who works with him typically ends up dead. Raphael is attacked. The White Knights, also known as the Aryan prison guards, take Raphael to a secret location after informing him that he will be meeting with the warden. Instead, a prisoner attempts to stab Raphael, but Raphael fights off the assault and survives. By submitting your information, you agree to the terms and conditions privacy policy, and confirm that you are at least 16 years old. Nonetheless, the White Knights placed Raphael in seclusion. They threaten him, saying they will attack his wife Ro and their child Trey because they know where they live and where he attends school. Carney gives Raphael a burner mobile. He calls Bunny and informs him that the White Knights are threatening Ro and Trey, and he needs Bunny to get them out of Kingstown. Even Tracy is not safe. Nishimunshi and Matthew Del Negro, Mayor of Kingstown Nishimunshi and Matthew Del Negro. Mayor of Kingstown Tracy cares for Cherry and questions her about the incident that resulted in her pregnancy. But Cherry refuses to say anything and becomes distraught, knowing that if she did, she would be in danger. Will Breen, a correctional officer, leaves work with Tracy. As they walk to their automobiles, he vaguely threatens her for talking to Cherry. Then, when she tries to get into her car, he gets aggressive with her, telling Tracy he knows she told the warden about Cherry's rape. He reminds her about the disaster by the river and advises her to drive carefully so she does not meet the same fate. Unhappy at home, Tracy drinks whiskey while holding her son. Mike covers up the murders. Iris, who has been up all night partying, contacts Mike to inform him that the women Constantine is bringing to Kingstown have not arrived yet. The bus is dragged from the sea, and the police officers are taken aback by the number of bodies found inside. Mike claims the incident was an accident, but Ian has plenty of evidence to suggest otherwise, especially since the construction site was not even registered with the city. He insists it was a mass murder. Mike understands Ian's point of view, but in order to prevent further violence in the city, he must conceal this information for the time being. Evelyn informs Mike that none of the victims were over 18. She is outraged because Mike is denying that they were murdered. Mike claims he needs time to get the ladies justice, stating that he will discover who did it, and that whoever is responsible will never face a judge. Who killed the girls? Ian and Mike speculate on who killed the bus carrying Constantine's girls. Bunny is at the top of Ian's list, especially given his low-key demeanor. Mike does not witness it because Bunny does not kill innocent people, but Ian reminds him that he's still a psychopath. Mike eventually begins to wonder if he has a blind spot for Bunny. After seeing Bunny depart for a funeral, Mike pursues him. Bunny meets with Cole, who displays the new weapons that have come. When Mike drives inside, Bunny questions why he doesn't just kill him right there. Bunny is furious. Mike asks for so much and gives so little. He didn't even inform Bunny that the Soviets and Aryans were working together. Mike claims he's handling it, convincing the Soviets and Aryans that there's enough to go around. He tells Bunny that he has even been balancing the scales in his favor, but Bunny reminds Mike that his family is being killed. He informs Mike that he is done and that he will go to battle with everyone. Mike asks Bunny about his involvement in the murder of Constantine's daughters. Bunny is offended to be asked, and she tells Mike to go. Bunny tells Mike that he is turning his back on him, and that the next time they meet, only one of them will survive.